Dalangan. Dalangin. So, oh. So, okay, so this is the only course no, that I've got from Batsu, okay, since I'm also very busy. So, my only schedule is this, no? So, Monday lang at saka Tuesday, okay? So, the rest, medyo dito ako sa, ano, I cannot handle kasi laboratory, okay? Kasi nga, yung needs of time, masyadong, medyo, ano. Okay, so, we have the course, no? Madali lang tong, ano parang basa-basa lang to, no? But of course, I need to explain also. Then, hindi masyadong ano, masyadong maraming analysis, no? Okay, kaya lang, what I will show you is just the highlights, no? Kasi, ano masyadong malawak yung scope, no? So, our discussion, no, the course is more on civil air laws and civil air laws and regulation, and kasama niya yung ano, professional ethics, no? Yung professional ethics kasi, that is very wide rin yung coverage niya, no? Dito sa atin kasi, yung sa aeronautical, meron rin kami professional ethics namin is specific lang. Specific lang sa aeronautical engineer. Pero may another subject pa na yung professional ethics, which is generic, no? It will be applicable. Dito kasi specific lang na naka naka-include sa implementing rules and regulation ng presidential decree ng aeronautical engineering profession. Okay? Now, for us, no, this is a 3 units, no? This is 3 units but only dwelled on the civil air laws and regulation. So, ibig sabihin, if you will talk about civil air, it is within the atmosphere, okay? So, kasi meron pang ano dapat meron pang space law. Dapat isinama yung space law dito, then dinagdagan ng units, no? So, from sea level, paakyat, then paglabas. Kasi outside of the atmosphere, okay, so you know that already, no? Outside the atmosphere. Meron may mga batas na riyan, okay? So, if you will explore, no? And of course, you will go on space program. May mga alliance sa ibabaw, no? May mga alliance na yan. So, parang may mga sindikato na rin yan. Parang may mga organization, no? Na hindi ka pa basta-basta papasok ron. You should be a member and you should know all the regulations, no? In the space, no? Sa space kasi, once na lumabas ka riyan, and of course, yung rocket mo, siyempre, hindi naman kalat yan. Magiging kalat lang yan sa taas. So, may mga binabayaran yan. May mga binabayaran. But of course, what I know naman, wala naman silang ahensya, no, na nagko-collect ng mga debris na nasa outer space. Wala. But you have to, because you're contributing to the garbage, no, floating on the outer space. So, you will pay something like that. And you have, of course, you have also to give manifest, no, on what you will put in the orbit, no. So siyempre mga hindi na sumusunod rin, mga North Korea, di ba, mga komunista, mga umaano, di ba. They have this program, so kung saan lumaglag lang, bumagsak sa'yo ba, pasensya ka na, di ba. So ganun, but of course yung mga medyo civilized ba. So they have to join the alliance. So may mga alliance yan, no. So siyempre unang-una yung mga nagano riyan, mga signatory riyan. Siyempre wala yung Pilipinas riyan, no, kasi wala tayong space program. And siyempre US, Russia, China na riyan. Okay, then of course, patulad sa atin, we are sending microsatellite, di ba? Yung microsatellite natin, maliit lang naman yan, that is 50 kilogram. That is almost as big as a balikbayan box, no? So may balikbayan box tayo, standard size yan. So ganun, 50 kilogram lang yan. And that is very small, no? Pero the problem, yung debris niya, pagka tumama sa'yo, kahit maliit lang yan, tumama sa'yo sa outer space, so masisira yung vehicle mo. Then of course, wala naman tayong rocket, so all you have to do is to ride. Makikisakay lang tayo sa mga mga rocket na pinapire ng ibang bansa, usually the US. Makikisakay lang, then they will deploy it outside. Okay? So sagot ng US yun, yung of course, yung mga mga requirements, no? Para i-deploy yung 50 kilogram microsatellite. Kalat lang talaga yun eh. So I'm not, dapat niya kung gagawa ng satellite yun talaga malaki na, no? It is the same eh. You built a small and you built a bigger one, that is the same. And they want to put a lot of microsatellites. So that is a lot of problem. Okay na sana kung malalaglag yan sa Earth eh. Kung lalaglag yan sa Earth, masusunog lang yan. Pagpasok ko, masusunog lang yan. Bago yan bumagsak sa ground, usually babagsak yan, mas maraming tubig. So, sa water, di ba? Pag sa ground, siyempre, ang taas ng percentage para bagsakan ka niyan. Okay, baka, again, 1:1 million yan, di ba? Malas mo lang talaga. Saka oras mo na pagka binagsaka ka ng ganyan. Okay? So, our discussion is for civil aviation regulation and professional ethics. So, civil aviation regulation, civil air. Pag sinabi civil air, that is only concentrating on civilian aircraft. So, ngayon, yung concentration natin, based on the course, is civil air. So, that is inside the atmosphere. Okay? Diyan lang tayo mag-uusap. Okay? Civil air. No? So, the civil air will not cover the military. Okay? So, that is why pag pumasok yung bumagsak na military aircraft, hindi nakikialam yung civil aviation. Okay? Yung civil aviation naman, pagka bumagsak ang aircraft, hindi rin nakikialam yung military aviation unless otherwise there is a unlawful. So pag sinabing unlawful, there should be something like an unlawful which a cause of the crash. No? Let's say there is a terrorism or there is a bomb, no, na nag-explode, so papasok rin yung authority. Okay? Okay, and of course, yung civil aviation natin is being handled by a National Aviation Authority, and that is your Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines. Okay, so iyan yung kapartner namin sa profession, yung Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines, na nagmo-monitor yan at nagre-regulate yan ng practice ng lahat ng aviation professionals. So aviation professionals from engineer, pilots, and so on. All. Okay? Papasok sila riyan. Then, of course, they are certified. No? Then, okay, let's look at the syllabus. No? Kasi wala ang syllabus tong Wala syllabus tong course na to, which is 2 units lang to. Take note. This is just a 2 units. So, sayang yung time natin. Magte-30 minutes na tayo. No? So, 9 to 11 lang tayo. So, it means that if we will not finish the topic for today, which is 4 topics yan. So this will be your reading materials. But as I've said, this reading materials is just a summary. Okay? This is not the whole. So yung summary niya is the title and the description itself. Then the whole is what I'm discussing. Okay? Kasi parang batas yan eh. Na pag sinabi niya ganito, marami ang description. Okay, marami ang ibig sabihin. Okay? So I will share para matapos na agad. Okay. Okay, can you see now this slide?
Yes po, sir.
Yes po, sir.
Yeah, para malakas yung signal natin kasi medyo mahina na yung ano eh. Ilang ano na ba to? MB itong ginagamit natin na platform. Mababa na kung minsan i-stop yung camera. So I think I will off my camera para medyo continuous kasi kung minsan nagkakaroon ng problem eh. Ay, wait. Okay. Ito, wait. Okay. Pinapindot ako. Balik ko sa dati ah. Wait. Shutdown ko off ko muna to kasi wala naman akong figure na ibigay. Now where is what I'm presenting? Okay, can you see it now?
Yes po.
Yes po, sir.
Okay, yakit natin to. Pumasok to. Okay, so we have now the Civil Air Laws and Regulations. So this is for PD 1570, which is the aeronautical engineering, no? Kaya, why? Okay. So, you can see the description, right? So, the course includes the study of the Philippine Aeronautical Engineering Law and of course, the Philippine Civil Aviation Regulation or the PICAR. Ito PICAR na to, this is your Civil Aviation Regulation dito sa atin. That is Republic Act 9497. Now, if you will look at it, this is a 3 hours a week. Pero yan lang scope niya, CAR lang. So, after completing this course, the student must be able to understand Philippine air laws and other international regulations pertaining to the design, maintenance, repair, alteration, and operation of aircraft. So, ang layo, di ba? So, kasi kayo, aerospace engineering. So, dapat ito muna, then we have now the space law. Dapat ito. Pero sa CAR natin, the Navy itself, walang space law na nakabanggit. No? Nakalagay, Philippine Civil Air Regulations lang at saka dinagdagan pa ng professional ethics. 2 units, okay? So ito yan. So familiarization of national organization. So we have Air Transportation Office. Ngayon, this is now your Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines. Civil Aeronautics Board. At saka of course the society. International organization. We have the ICAO. International Civil Aviation Organization. Federal Aviation Administration, International Air Transport Association, and others. No? So, meron pa yung EASA, European Aviation Safety Agency. So, we have the law of aeronautical. So, based on PD 5070 yan, Presidential Decree number 70. So, meron rin kaming Code of Ethics, which is only specific for aero. Okay? Then Philippine Civil Air Regulation. Okay, so we have to review 776 pero hindi na natin i-discuss yan. AO for maintenance, repair, and alteration of airframes, power plants, propellers, and appliances. Then of course, AO number 1, aircraft noise. FSS is the flight safety standard. So we have standard of airworthiness of aircraft. Then of course, we have a certification and operation of scheduled and unscheduled international and domestic air carrier. Okay, air taxi operation. Yung air taxi operation, yung tinatawag natin na general aviation aircraft. No? So yan yung mga lilit na airplane up to Learjet, no? At saka mga helicopters. Airframe and plant and power plant yan, mechanic. And we have general operating rules. So marami yung sinusunod na operating rules. Then of course, we have also to discuss the Federal Air Regulation, FAR, and the ICAO annexes. So dito ibibigay ko isang ICAO annexes. And ICAO is the one which is responsible for running the civil aviation. Okay? Siya yung pinaka think tank, no? Para mag-implement ng iba-ibang regulation, magbigay ng iba-ibang policy para sundin at saka magkaroon tayo ng isa lang, safety. Okay? Safety. That is why airplane is sabi 1:1 million yan pagka nagkaroon ng disgrasya sa mga panahon na to. So yan. So these are our annexes pero kulang na yan. Marami nang nadagdag. Okay? Then first, we will have to discuss the ICAO. Okay? So what is now the ICAO? That is now the International Civil Aviation Organization. So dito i-discuss ko lang yung Annex 17, no? Which is based on Aviation Security Action Group's objectives, no? So ICAO Annex 17 yan, which is emphasizing the International Air Transport Association. Okay, ang lawak nito guys. Ito lang makita nyo, Aviation Security Action Group lang yan. Sa security lang muna tayo. Then after that, we will go with the Federal Aviation Administration. Then we will discuss European Aviation Safety Agency. Yun. So, 3, 4. Okay? Okay, this is now your ICAO. It is a specialized agency of the United Nations. So, ibig sabihin, ICAO is a part of the United Nations. So, United Nations is based on New York, okay, USA. It codifies the principles and techniques of international air navigation and fosters the planning and development of international air transport to ensure safety talaga number 1, and orderly growth. Siyempre, pagka may safety ka, meron kang orderly growth. Okay? So, kaya makikita nyo sa mga airline natin, nakalagay mismo doon sa mga aircraft, nakalagay safety first. Okay? Then, of course, we have headquarters niya, although that UN siya, understand ng United Nations, pero yung location niya is sa Quartier International Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Nariyan siya naka-base, ICAO. Okay? It's adapt, so kayo, kung pupunta kayo mga Canada, no, pasyalan nyo to. Kung banta kayo na nasa Montreal kayo. Okay? So, makikita nyo yung opisina ng ICAO. It adopts standards and recommend practices concerning air navigation, infrastructure, so navigation, infrastructures, yung mga design ng airport, lahat, runway, communication navigation, flight inspection, siya na rin nagbibigay kung paano ka mag-inspect ng aircraft, what are the procedure. So very malawak to, no? As an aerospace engineer, pwede ka mag-apply rito kung gusto mo rito magtrabaho sa ICAO. Prevention of unlawful interference. So prevention of unlawful interference, yung mga basta makaka-apekto sa aircraft safety. Okay? And facilitation of border crossing procedures for international civil aviation. So, yung ICAO, ano rin niya, concern niya sa mga nagbabakbakan na country, no? So, usually, nagbibigay niya ng notice to airman na hindi ka pwede mag-overfly, okay? Or flyby sa mga country na magugulo. Just like what happened with Malaysian Airlines, right? So, Malaysian Airlines, MH137 yata yun. yung lumipad ng over ng Russia, di ba? Naggigera sa Russia noon. So, tinamaan ng missile yan. Okay? So, hindi siya, sa sobrang taas niya, kinonsider na military aircraft siya. So, yun. But of course, there is already a notice, no, that there is no flying, no, above those country, no. Okay? So, medyo nagtipid yata yung nagtipid siya, nag-shortcut. Okay? So, at 30,000 feet, tinamaan pa rin ng missile. Okay? Defines the protocol for air accident investigation. So, meron siya protocol. So, if you will go with with the regulation, no, you will follow the protocol also pagka there is an accident, no, followed by transport safety authorities in countries signatory to the Convention of International Civil Aviation. So actually, Philippines is signatory to that convention, no, yung Geneva, no. Alam mo yung Philippines, lagi tayong una rin sa mga signature na yan, no. Kasi during that time, no, during 1950s, no, dito tayo ang nagsimula ng unang civil air, okay, civil air transport, yung Philippine Airlines, no. Tayo noon yung naunang nag-service, okay, commercially. So, ibig sabihin, yung mga officers natin noon, yung mga politiko natin, nakakapag-travel na kagad ng malayuan. So, nakakapunta tayo sa mga lugar na yan. So, siyempre, we have to include ourselves also as signatory and of course, sa mga kanyang convention. So, ito yan, history, no? So, it start with the title ICAN, no? So, International Commission for Air Navigation. Okay? Then, it becomes the Provisional International Civil Aviation Organization. It is established under the Chicago Convention, no? Chicago Convention nga, signatory Pinoy yan, yung Philippines. Okay? Then, ICAO replaced the PCAO, which became an agency of the United Nations. Okay, so that is the history. Very brief lang, okay? Then what is now the logo? This is the logo. You can see the logo of the ICAO is almost resemblant sa United Nations logo. Okay? Kasi part siya ng United Nations. So very strong. Pagka nag-recommend yung ICAO, it is a mandatory because it is under the United Nations. So, if ever na there is an instructions, no, from the ICAO, it is being known to be sanctioned by all the signatory. So mabigat, hindi mo pwedeng kalabanin yan because those signatories are the one considered to signify the action of the ICAO. So, ICAO also standardized function for use in the airline industry such as aeronautical message handling system. Actually, in message, no, handling, if you will go on flying, no, magpipiloto ka, you will not use your own language, no, you will not use your own sentences, okay, because it is already naka-box na, no? It is already on the box, no. So all you have to do is to just pick it, no. So standard yung mga discussion, standard yung mga sinasabi ng mga piloto, standard rin yung isinasagot ng air traffic controller. Okay? Standard. Wala kang dapat baguhin unless otherwise may problema. Okay? Pero kung uneventful yung flight mo, so standard yung ginagamit. Okay? So lahat yan, naka-quadro na lahat yan. Okay? Aeronautical information publication contains information which is essential to air navigation. And ICAO also defines an international standard atmosphere. So, from our previous discussion, no, di-discuss natin yan, yung international standard atmosphere, right? So, ICAO yung nagbabago niyan. So, ngayon, siguro, marami silang babaguhin because some of these standards, no, might not be applicable because of the climate change. Marami na nagbabago, di ba? So the temperature might drop, temperature might increase, the pressure will have some discrepancy, the density might have some discrepancy, and so on and so forth. Okay? So, yan. Then, of course, we have IKO, Standardized Machine Readable Passport. So, makita mo yung IKO, International Bill of Aviation Organization, pati yung mga passport, siya rin yung nag-ano. So, ang dami, ang lawak ng trabaho ng IKO. Then also, IKO is also active in infrastructure management. So, if ever na outdated na yung mga runway mo, yung facilities mo, si IKO mismo yung nag-validate yan kung dapat mo nang palitan. Kaya dito sa atin, di ba, katulad yung NAIA Terminal 1, Terminal 2 bago yan. Terminal 3 bago yan. And of course, yung sa Clark. No? So those are the new airports which is being, yung pinaka-base niya is the recommendation and the design from the ICAO. Okay? Kaya may tinatawag tayo ngayon mga green building. Di ba? So may kita mo yung sa Clark, especially yung minodified na international airport sa Mactan. So they complied already with green building, no? So para hindi ka masyadong nagko-consume ng ilaw, even in daylight, medyo may mga naka-open na ceiling para yung lights no, coming from that side pasok sa loob. So you don't need to open the lights no during daytime. And also yung air conditioning system, kumisan hindi na siya masyadong naka-full blast because of the environmental climate conditioning no, of the building. Yung mga ganun. ICAO sets the standard recommended practices necessary to aviation safety, security, so pati security, efficiency, and environmental protection on global basis. Okay? ICAO remains focused on the implementation and development of new safety initiatives. Ito kasi yung safety, no, aviation safety, security, yung security umisa napapasok yan ng international security. Okay, let's say international security of the Philippines, international security of the US, and so on and so forth. Sometimes, alam nyo ba yung ito other than the ICAO directive, so but this works also with the security. Assuming that you are a suspect, no, terrorist, pero hindi ka talaga maaktuhan, okay? Yung international security, kuminsan, yung inilalagay sa yung inilalagay na papel, no? Sticker, no? Nilalagay sa bagahe mo. Sometimes, it has a barcode. May barcode riyan. And that barcode can monitor your movement. If you will travel outside, no? Of course, you have to yung mga nakapag-travel na sa inyo sa abroad, no, sa international, nilalagay mo kung saan ka pupunta, kung kanino ka pupunta, right? Kung saan ka mag-anak ka pupunta, kung pupunta ka, ilalagay mo kung magkano pa pera ang dala mo, kung mag-stay ka sa hotel, and so forth, and so on, di ba? Nakalagay niya rin. So if you are a terrorist, no, a suspect terrorist, siyempre hindi ka naman pwedeng, kontrolin, di ba? Considerin na wala pa nakikita sa'yo na para i-apprehend ka. So, pababayaan ka, but of course, yung barcode na yan ang magbibigay ng position mo kung nasaan ka sa loob ng bansa. Okay. So, usually, pag sinabi mo nasa hotel ka, and you change your direction, pumunta ka sa iba, so makikita yan, mamomonitor yan ng mga security ng state na pinuntahan mo. So, usually, siyempre, kung bisa sa pelikula, sinasabi yun, pinapakita yun. But of course, that is true, no? Kaya yung terrorist, paglabas na pinupunit yan, tinatapon niya sa basura. Kasi namomonitor siya yun, no? Nakikita siya, and of course, yung monitoring natin, masyado ng satellite yung pumipick up niya. No? Nakikita yung movement mo kung nasaan ka. So, ang lupit, di ba? Considering na barcode lang yan, na nakadikit sa maleta mo, pero napipick up yan. Nakikita. So, pagka may movement ka na medyo, suspecting ka na, so, susundan ka na. Sigurado may mga magpapalo na sa'yo. Okay, runway safety program and fatigue risk management. So, fatigue risk management also with the crew. Okay? Noong araw, nung wala pa mga ganyan, pati risk management. Parang parang jeepney driver yung 24/7, no? Yung mga piloto noon, lipad na lipad. So ngayon, meron na silang number of hours for a single day. So kung minsan naman, pagka long haul flight, tatawid ka ng Pacific Ocean, kung minsan, 3 yung pilotong nasa depende sa number of passenger. So kung minsan, 2, may reserve. So kung 2, may pilot ka, saka may co-pilot, may isa kang pasero na isa reserve pilot. Okay? Kung minsan, 3 kayo nasa loob. Okay? Yung isa reserve. Okay? And also, regarding sa flight system ngayon, dala-dalawa rin. Ito, may mga bago sila ng directives. Isang bata, isang matanda. Hindi pwedeng parehong bata, hindi parehong matanda. Okay? So, ganun yung pagkakano because considering the health. Although, kung minsan, pasado yan sa health, sa medical, no? Kung minsan, may nangyayari. Okay? So, these are the examples of how ICAO is working stakeholders to identify and mitigate hazards. Okay? So, yun. So, hindi tayo reactive. It should be proactive. Okay? So, bago pa man mangyari, yung mga ganyang problema, kinoconsider na kagad ng ICAO yan at saka nilalagyan na ng mga programs. Safety management, number 1 yan. Once na nagtrabaho ka sa airline, iyan kagad yung ititraining mo, safety management. Okay? ICAO collaborates with established regional organizations such as regional aviation safety groups and regional safety oversight organizations. So, we're just talking about the safety based on security, but of course, we have other also which is being considered by ICAO bali assignments, so the assignments of the ICAO. Ang dami niya. Okay? So ICAO actively engaged with other agencies of the United Nations, including the World Meteorological Organization and International Atomic Energy Agency. So yan, mayroon siyang collaboration. So katulad ng man-made hazards, no? Or there is a volcanic eruptions, so sila naglalabas ng bulletin kung hindi ka pwede lumipad. Kung pwede ka lumipad up to how many overhead of the volcanic eruptions na hindi ka tatamaan ng volcanic ashes. Okay? Kasi hihigupin ng pipikapin ng engine yan. And radiation emergencies that impact global air navigation safety and efficiency. Okay? Let's say may nagpaputok, no? Ng nuclear. So, sila na rin yung nagmo-monitor niyan at saka nagbibigay ng bulletin kung anong safety procedure ang gagawin ng airline. Okay? Enhance procedures to investigate accident and incidents. Assistance to aircraft accident victim and their families, ongoing assistance initially. Now ito, yung sa accidents and incidents, all the countries, no, has a data at ICAO, nakikita niya for a certain country kung what are the incidents and accidents. May mga record yan. May mga record. So nakikita niya kung ano yung pinaka madisgrasyang country, okay, and so on and so forth. Lahat pumapasok. So what does it mean? Okay, ganito yan. Yung mga airline nagre-report yan, yung mga airline, no? Yung airline, yung mga maliliit na airplane, nagre-report yan sa National Aviation Authority. So sa ating ngayon, yung National Aviation Authority natin ngayon, yan yung Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines. Okay? So lahat ng accident and incidents, nakukolekt nila. And these accidents and incidents is being given to the ICAO. And also, there is a knowledge also yung manufacturer, Airbus or Boeing. Nakukulate rin nila kung ilan yung Airbus na bumabagsak o yung Boeing na bumabagsak. And small aircraft manufacturer, nakikita rin nila lahat. Okay? So yun. But this is not include all aircrafts that is downed during a war. Hindi kasama. Civil aviation lang yan. Yung nakukulate yan. Okay? So nakikita niya yan. So with that, alam niyo na agad kung what are the problem encountered by the families of the accident, victim of the accident. No? So they provide assistance to aircraft accident victim and their families. And of course, there is a assistance initiative. Now, take note that during your class before, no, nag-discuss tayo yung Boeing 737 MAX, di ba? Dalawa yung bumagsak niyan eh. Yung Lion Air at saka yung Ethiopian Airline, di ba? So with that, ICAO, siyempre, papasok yung ICAO riyan because of course, it will affect the Civil Aviation Organization. So papasok and they have to give assistance to the families of the victims. So ICAO plans of action develop state-specific tailored plans of action proposing a series of remedial, technical, and political actions. So yung remedial technical, of course, with respect to the design of the aircraft, and of course, what else, no? Sometimes kasi, pati politiko kasi nakikialam riyan. So, kamsa nai-involve yung ICAO because of the issue, no, being brought out by politics on the aircraft manufacturer and others, no. Kasi kung minsan nakikialam sila. Aviation safety targets, safety collaborative assistance network, search and rescue training initiatives, so pati search and rescue, safe aviation, safe fund. Okay. Siyempre yan. Pagka safe aviation, safe fund. Safety yung fund natin. Aerodrome safety. Amendments which aim in enhancing aerodrome safety. Runway system. So pati runway, pinapakialaman yan. Or the RESA, no? RESA, that is the runway and safety area. Okay, and arresting surface condition assessment and reporting. Ito kasi yung RESA na yan. Yung pinakadolo ng runway niyan, ano yan? Hindi yan simentado. Ano yan? Asphalted. Okay, so pag lumampas yung aircraft doon, magde-decelerate siya kasi lulubog yung gulong niya kasi malambot lang yung asphalto. Kung minsan damuhan. Okay? Okay, ganun. O kaya, huwag buhangin, ha? Hindi buhangin. Kasi higupin ng engine yun, buhangin. Unlike yung katulad din sa, sa expressway, pagpapasok ka sa expressway, meron doon mahaba, mga 500 meters or 300 meters na buhangin. Okay? So, bago ka pumasok sa toll gate, nakalagay ron, check your brake. Pagka yung brake mo, medyo pumalya, doon mo isasadsad yung sasakyan mo. Huwag mo ibangga sa toll gate, ha? Doon mo. Diyan din sa bandang kanan. Okay, ano yan, buhangin na hump. Naka-hump siya, bako-bako sa buhangin. Para pagpasok ng sasakyan ron, magde-decelerate. Dito, meron rin tayo tinatawag yung runway and safety area. So ngayon, requirements na yan. So ibig sabihin, hindi ka gagawa ng runway na kung 800, runway lang yan. Kailangan at least 1,000, yung meron ka pang 200 or more na end safety area. So emergency response and rescue and firefighting. So nakita niyo naman firefighting, di ba? So how they develop a firefighting unit sa airport, di ba? Meron siyang malaking truck, meron siyang maliit na truck. Sabi nila, bakit may maliit na truck? Hindi lahat puro malaki. Kasi yung maliit para, sprinter yan eh. Yung maliit na yan, pagka tumakbo yan, nakakarating ka agad yan doon. Yung malaki, marami ang crew. So mabagal yan. Although maraming dalang tubig yan. Okay? Pero yung maliit, meron dala rin yan. Pero pagdating niya roon, kailangan maititira niya agad yung mga water niya doon. Okay? December niyan, i-develop na yun sa barangay, di ba? Sa barangay, may maliit rin tayo. At saka may malaking fire truck. Especially maliit, pumapasok sa iskinita yan, di ba? Eh, dito sa Manila halos, no? Hindi makapasok yung malaking fire truck kasi congested, no? So, yun. Pagka sa airport, gano'n, may sprinter yan, no? Pagka, nakatakbo, ilang laman lang yun, di ba? Ilang tao lang yun, no? Pag sakay na tao ron, andar na kagad yung maliit. At least nagamit niya na kayong, Then, simple touchdown zone lights, okay? Sa ngayon kasi ito yung mga touchdown zone lights, LED na, di ba? Ginagawa ng LED. Okay? Then use of LED technology for visual aids at aerodromes. So pati yun, pinapakailaman nila. So ibig sabihin, marami silang area na kino-consider hindi lang yung aeroplano. Marami. Also, those particulars na nakaka-apekto sa safety ng aircraft. Also, the fuel quality. So, chine-check niya yan. Okay? So, ICAO Annex 17, safety safeguarding international civil aviation against acts of unlawful interference. So, ito unlawful. So, marami yan. Okay? So, aviation security shall. You can see that it is a shall, no? Sa atin kasi, meron tayong tatawag na should and shall. Pag sinabi shall, it is a mandatory. It is a mandatory. Kung bisa pagka-should, pwedeng sundin, pwedeng hindi rin, pwedeng stay put ka lang, pero pagka-shall, you should act. You shall act. Okay? Safeguard international civil aviation operations against act of unlawful interference. Okay? So, yung mga upgrade ng mga X-ray machine, lahat and so on and so forth. Di ba noon nga hassle masyado sa airport kasi in-implement nila na magtatanggal ka lahat, pati buckle, barya, lahat tatanggalin mo. Okay? So, hassle, hubad ka pa ng sapatos, tatanggalin yung sapatos. Okay? So, ngayon medyo maluwag na. Why? Because yung X-ray machine, magaganda na rin. Okay? Saan ka terbang kapkapan noon? Kaya noon, pagka magta-travel ka, at least you must be there, mag-check-in ka na, at least 3 hours before the flight. No? Kasi pag ikaw hahabol, mga 1 oras o kalating oras, matatagalan ka. Doon pala sa mga X-ray machine, matatagalan ka na. Okay? Noon nga, bawal tubig, di ba? Bawal magpasok ng tubig, bawal magpasok ng alcohol, bawal magpasok lahat. Okay? Yung pabango mo, kasi combustible yung pabango pwede mong ipatsindihan yung mataas na alcohol na okay, ipinapaiwan lahat yun. Battery, lahat. So, yan. That is a directive from the ICAO to safeguard. But of course, sometimes, hindi naman masyado mahigpit, niluluwagan rin nila pag nakuha na nila na, or kapag yung yung machine mo is advanced, no? So ngayon pati sa X-ray kasi makikita mo pagka-drugs ibang kulay. Okay? Pagka may mga gunpowder ibang kulay, makikita So hindi lang alam yan ng mga drug carrier, yung mga mule, na nakikita sila. Kasi pag tumagos sa ibang kulay. Ibang kulay yung na-project sa especially pag makikilala nga kung klaseng drugs pa na nakaloob sa maleta mo. Okay? But of course, hindi ka basta-basta may safety protocol saka may investigation protocol. So usually hindi ka pupusasan ka agad. So you will be invited in the room. They will ask in record, no? They will ask if you to open the luggage. So it's either you will open or you will not. Pero wala kang choice. If you will not, they will open. Yun ang yun ang malupit. Akala mo, pagka tumanggi ka, pasasakay ka na, no. Mabuti pa, buksan mo na. Okay? Kasi gano'n rin yun. Pag tumanggi ka, sila rin magbubukas. And they have an international key. Kayang buksan yan lahat. Kayang buksan yung mga, yung mga bagahe. Okay? Kaya lang buksan yan. Okay? Yung zipper nga, lang yan, ballpen lang yan Pagka tinusok mo yung zipper, bukas yan. Mabubukas yan. Okay? Safety of passengers, crew, ground personnel, and the general public shall again, the primary objective of each contracting state. So what are the contracting states? Yung contracting states, yun yung pinag-uusapan. Yung state na na-involved. In all matters related to safeguarding against acts of unlawful interference with international civil aviation. And sa security nga pala, marami tayo niyan. Meron tayo tinatawag na airport security. Yung airport security nasa loob yan ng airport terminal. Okay? Meron tayong tinatawag na local police. Yung local police yung nasa labas yan. That local police cannot just enter the terminal. Bawal yan. Pwede siyang huliin ng airport police. Yung airport police naman, hindi siya pwedeng pakalat-kalat sa labas. Wala siyang purpose doon para kumalat sa labas. Okay? So, doon lang siya sa loob ng terminal. Unless otherwise, nagkahabulan, pwede siya makalabas. Or nagkahabol lang sa labas, pwede makapasok yung pulis. Pero kung wala, uneventful yung araw, so walang movement. Doon ka lang kung saan kang area. Then also, we have also what you call yung security guard. Security guard, nasa gate lang yan. Okay? But they are not roaming around. Okay? Nagro-roaming around rin sa loob ng terminal, airport police. Okay? Then, yung nasa labas ng airport, yung local police. Now, meron tayong tinatawag na security group, like the Philippine National Police Aviation Security Group. Yung Aviation Security Group, pwede siya sa loob, pwede siya sa labas, pwede siya roon sa tarmac. Tarmac, doon mismo sa pinaglalagyan ng mga aeroplano sa labas. Sa airside na tinatawag. Airside yun. Airside kasi yun, yung may mga aeroplano. Landside, yung terminal, papalabas. Okay? Those are the landside. So, yung Aviation Security Group, labas-pasok yan. Okay? Sila pinaka-boss yan. And of course, may mga chopper yan. May mga helicopter yan na naka-standby yan. So, yung pinaka-patrol car nila, yung chopper, helicopter. Each contracting state shall establish an organization, develop plans, and implement procedures which together provide a standardized level of security for the operation of international flights in normal operating conditions and which are capable of rapid expansion to meet any increased security threat. Even the airline has its own security procedure. So may security procedure rin yung airline. Like, ano yung safety procedures na? Pag yung piloto nasa loob na at saka yung yung co-pilot, nakalak yung cockpit door. Nakalak. Tapos may CCTV yan. Kikita nila kung sino yung kumakatok sa labas. Okay? So, nakalak yan. Okay? So, may mga procedure yan. And also, the other one procedure is that no single person will stay on the cockpit during flight. Assuming na dalawa sila, flight crew, ay yung dalawa, may co-pilot sa pilot sa loob ng cockpit, lalabas yung piloto. So, pag lumabas yung piloto, pwede niya tawagin yung reserve pilot niya nasa labas, papasukin niya. O kaya, kung walang reserve pilot, dalawa lang sila, papasukin niya yung most senior na flight attendant na lalaki. Papasukin niya yun kasi hindi niya pwedeng i-leave yung isa ron. Kasi the problem is that may nangyari niya na umalis, iniwan yung isa, inilak. Ngayon pala, mag-suicide na siya. So, totoo to. Ibinagsak yung aeroplano. So, if you have a aircraft accident investigation na course, doon lahat, ma-review nyo lahat ng mga nangyari. Yung iba, because of the pilots, no? Talagang ibinagsak yung aeroplano. So, ngayon, there is a directive for the ICAO, but of course, the airline will implement its security measure. And also, yung security measure rin, kung minsan, may mga briefing yan doon sa mga flight attendants. Do you remember the one happened to the two passengers traveling from Manila to LA, okay, direct flight? They are talking about anthrax, no? This happened, so this is a true story, no? Anthrax, no? You know anthrax, no? Medyo pag pinasingaw mo yan or what, no? Ilagay mo sa air conditioning unit. Medyo tagilid yung makakaano niyan. So, they just keep on talking, dalawa sila. And the problem is that they are both pilot. Pero they are Pinoy. So, yun, iniistima sila masyado ng stewardess. So, binibigyan sila lahat. And they just, hindi nila napansin na the lady is listening. No? Pinapakinggan sila. And of course, medyo independent yan. Then when they land at the airport, security personnel boarded the aircraft and handcuffed the two. In-handcuff sila kagad yan and they were interrogated. Because there is also already an unlawful interference because of the discussion. Even if you are talking about bomb, no? Siyempre, pakikinggan lang kayo, bibigyan kayo ng lahat, o ano pang gusto nyo, kaya. Pero once you arrive in your destination, tagilid ka, no? So, yun. So, you're not supposed to be talking like that, no? Kasi na-alarma yung mga pasahero and of course, mali mo, totoo, di ba? Because if you talk on something, it might be true. Hindi na lang sasabihin na baka mali. Lagi sasabihin niya, totoo. Okay? Kasi naka, nakalagay riyan is the safety and security. Okay? So, yon hassle sila, na-hassle, no? So, pagdating nila, hindi sila nirelease, no? So, binacktrack sila, pre-profile sila, kung ano talaga sila, kung anong klase talaga tao sila. Okay? And it happens na yung dalawa, piloto pa. Piloto, then they do not know about the policy. Okay? So, yon, no? So, malawak ha, tingnan nyo. Each contracting state shall ensure that the objective of their national civil aviation security program shall be to safeguard international civil aviation operations against acts of unlawful interference through regulations, practices, and procedures which take account of the safety, regularity, and efficiency of flight. So may kita mo, contracting state yan. So ibig sabihin, yung contracting state from the Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines, which is a monitoring agency here in the Philippines, i-emphasize niya at saka i-order niya sa lahat ng airline, no? Those flying, no? The international route, kahit ano, no? Domestic or what, to have an operation manual, okay? On how they will conduct their security. Okay? And of course, security is also a part of your safety management system. Alam mo, isang area lang yung nangyari na nagkaroon ng problema yung safety management system. Kasi yung safety management system, because of the interference of ICAO and the regulations of the Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines, we have a very good 100% effective safety management safety program. Safety management safety program for its airline. I'm just talking about locally ha. Dito lang sa atin local, safety management system talaga malupit, no? May mga nag-aaral riyan ng mga practitioner na nag-aral pa sa abroad based on safety management system. Sa Toulouse, France pa yan, nag-aaral sila para lang magkaroon ng magandang safety management safety program. And even in other countries na contracting state, gano'n rin ginagawa niya. So very good yung safety management safety program. Alam niyo kung saan nadali? Virus. Di ba? Nadali tayo ng virus, yung COVID. Nung COVID, wala talagang, sa COVID, nadali lahat, no? Kasi sa safety, nakita yan sa safety management system program ng airline, nakikita lang rin yung mga physical, like unlawful, ganyan, and so on. Pero hindi mo naman sasabihin unlawful yung unlawful yung COVID kung yan ay sinadya. Pero siyempre noon may mga actuation na itong bansa na to, siya yung nag-create ng COVID-19, di ba? So that is already unlawful. Pero doon nadali yan, no? So what will happen with the ICAO is to suspend and close the airport, right? I-close niya yung airport. So there will be no travel. Okay? Hindi yan yung bansa yung nag-stop, kundi yung International Civil Aviation Organization. You know what? The aircraft itself. The aircraft itself, alam natin yan na meron niyang aircraft system. Yung aircraft system niya, meron niyang pressurization at saka air conditioning system. And the air inside the cabin is being thrown outside of the aircraft. Once na nagamit yan, itinatapon yan. Kasi yung air bleed na galing from the engine, hindi sa makina per se, no? It's coming from the bypass. Okay, bypass air. Pumapasok yan, siyempre hindi yan mainit. Papasok yan as pressurization, dadaan yan sa air conditioning system. Paglabas yan, pagpasok yan sa cabin, malamig yan. Okay? But of course, because of the continuous entry of the air inside the cabin, mag-high pressure ka riyan. But high pressure will be disposed of. No? Pero katatawag na check valve, so i-maintain niya lang yung pressure inside the cabin. Okay? So the excess pressure will be thrown outside of the aircraft. Okay? And this And this air na medyo sabihin natin na used air na itatapon yan. So if you are inside the aircraft, you are only subjected to 3% let's say infections from the virus. 3% lang. Okay. Siyempre magano ka rin, mag face mask ka rin, no? Pero pagka naka-face mask ka, tapos nag-inhale ka ng hangin sa loob ng cabin, no? Kasi pinapalitan from time to time, nagpapalit yung hangin eh. So 3% yan. 3%. So if you will operate an aircraft during the pandemic, safety ka. Safety ka. Kasi 3% lang. The problem is that pag bumaba ng aeroplano, dadaan ka ng terminal. Hindi ka pa pwede pumasok ng terminal. Okay? Maglalakad ka? Hindi. Pagpasok mo sa terminal, naroon yung 100% na transmission ng virus. Kasi halo-halo na yung tao ron. Okay? Pero kung sa aircraft ka, safety ka. But of course, they have to stop the flights, no? Because there is no open terminal. Walang airport terminal. So during that time, lumilipad lang yung mga air taxi or what you call general aviation aircraft. Mga helicopter, small airplane during that time, no, pandemic. Nalipad sila kasi doon lang sila galing sa hangar. Hindi naman sila dumadaan sa airport. I mean, the terminal. Airport terminal. So alam mo yung terminal, diyan ka nag-check-in, ha? Diyan pumapasok yung bagahe mo. Okay? Pero pagka maliit na airplano, diretso ka na doon sa hangar. Kasi naroon yung airplano, dahil lipad na. Siyempre, susundin mo lang yung safety protocol. Preventive security measures, okay? Each contracting state shall establish measures to prevent weapons, explosive, or any dangerous devices which may be used to commit an act of unlawful interference, the carriage or bearing of which is not authorized from being introduced by means of whatsoever. Now, sa aircraft natin, during my discussion before on our subject, may part yan sa likod, may bag sa likod, no? If ever na may nakuha kang explosive sa loob ng cabin during flight, hindi mo pwedeng ibigay yan sa piloto kasi pag pumutok kayo sa loob ng cockpit, patay lahat yan. Okay? So, nilalagay yan roon sa likuran. Sa likuran kasi may bag roon, no? Pag nilagay mo roon, then sumabog siya roon, controlled. Yung area kasi noon, kaya niyang i-sustain yung explosion for a different explosive, for a small explosive. Pero siyempre kung rocket yung nasa, hindi naman may pasok sa check-in counter yung rocket, di ba? So usually may pasok rin, hand grenade, pwede pa. Pag hand grenade, pumutok yan doon sa likod, kayang i-sustain yung structure ng aircraft na hindi siya mawawasak. At saka nasa loob siya ng bag na kayang i-absorb yung explosion. Okay? So, gano'n. No? O kaya IED. Pwedeng ilagay doon. So, hindi mo pwedeng, siyempre kasama yan sa security measure, pag nakuha mo sa pasero, hindi mo pwedeng ibigay sa piloto. Okay? So, what about nakalanding pa yung aircraft? Pag nakalanding pa yung aircraft, then na-search yan, nakakuha ng explosives, no? Pag nakakuha yan ng explosives, hindi yan nilalabas at ipinapasok sa terminal para ilabas ng airport. No. Sa dulo ng runway, may area na bakante na may hukay. May hukay. Doon nila ilalagay. Doon pasasabugin. Okay? Doon yung pinapasabog. So, kung may bomba nakita sa bagahe, ipapasok na ilalagay doon sa pit. Okay? Then, actually, yung pagka-IED na yung explosion niya, horizontal eh. Hindi yan vertical. So, pagka sumabog yan doon, nasa ilalim siya, pag sabog niya doon, control yung explosion niya. So, yung bomb disposal unit, hindi niya na iuwi sa presinto, no? Para itago. Kasi, yung ebidensya? No, hindi. That is not an evidence na dapat mong itago, no? So, pasasabugin niya doon. Okay? O, kung gusto ng Senado na pag-usapan niya, so, dali mo sa Senado, doon mo ipakita yung bomba, di ba? So, joke lang. Kaya sa Congress, kung gusto lang imbestigahan, so, doon mo dali yung bomba. Yan, bomba, okay? So, siyempre, pag naroon tayo, lalabas tayo, di ba? Tagili tayo riyan. Okay, yon. Those are the, no, kasi yung iba, alam nila, kukunin, iuuwi, no? Idadala sa presinto para itago, no? Pagka ganyan, o, di ba, yung pera nga iniuwi, di ba? So, ito pagka explosive, hindi. So, those are the security measures. As I've said to you nga, nagkakanta ka rin kasi ako na ano, last time matagal na, in-invite ako ng PNP Aviation Security Group to discuss airport security and anti-terrorism. Sabi ko sa kanila, dapat nga ako, inile-lecture nyo eh. Sabi nila, hindi, pwede nga kami, pero marami rito, walang alam. Hindi nila alam yan. So, yun. So, yung iba nga talaga hindi alam. Okay? Lalo yung mga bago. Kahit officer na hindi naman kasama sa, hindi, walang experience sa airline na na-assign doon, hindi rin niya alam. So, measures relating to passenger and their baggage. No? Its contracting state shall ensure that adequate measures are taken to control transfer and transit of passengers and their cabin. So, katulad nito, assuming na nag-check-in ka ng cabin ng bagahe mo, okay? Then, nung tinatawag ka na, wala ka. So, hindi ka sasakay because chinek-in mo lang siya. So, there is a possibility na yung baggage mo i-pull out and this will be open. No? Okay? So, ano na yan? That is a suspected unlawful. Okay? So, pag nakita na wala ka, tinatawagan ka, so, baka hanapin yung bagay mo at ilabas. Okay? Hindi yan isasakay. Contracting stage shall ensure that there is no possibility of mixing or contact between passengers subjected to security control and other persons not subjected to such control after security screening. Okay? So ito, siyempre, monitor. Monitor kasi, ang daming CCTV. No? So yan. Kumisa na may mga fictitious talaga eh. Its contracting stage shall establish measures to ensure that the aircraft operator and the pilot in command are informed when passengers are obliged to travel because they have been the subject of judicial. Okay, so pagka yan, may mga kaso yan, may mga hold departure order yan, hindi mo dapat isakay. Pag isinakay mo yan, itinravel mo yan, sabit pati airline. Okay? So make sure, may immigration naman, make sure na all clear yung papers nung pasero bago mo isakay. Okay? Relating to checked baggage, cargo, and other goods, no? Constructing state shall establish measures to ensure that operators when providing service from the state do not transport the baggage of passengers who are not on board. Okay, so yan na kanina. Relating to access control, contracting state shall establish procedures and identification system to prevent unauthorized access by persons or vehicle. Airside. So, hindi ka pwede pumasok sa airside, dala-dala mo yung sasakyan mo or what? Or maglakad ka papasok ng airside. Other areas important to the security of the airport. So, maraming CCTV riyan, saka hindi pwedeng pakalat-kalat doon sa airside. Airport design, no? State shall ensure that the architectural and infrastructure-related requirements necessary for the optimum implementation of international civil aviation security measures are integrated into the design and construction of new facilities and alterations to existing facilities at airports. Okay? So, syempre, kung minsan, yung entrance is not the same as your exit. Okay? So, hindi pwedeng salu-salubong. Okay? One way lang. And of course, marami pang infrastructure kung saan yung pila, kung saan yung international, kung saan yung domestic inahati. Okay? And of course, to segregate people also. Operating aspects, no, of an act of unlawful interference. Contracting state responsible for providing air traffic services for aircraft, which is the subject of an act of unlawful interference, shall collect all pertinent information. Okay, katulad dito, sabay bibigyan mo sa inyo. Assuming na-hijack yung aircraft. Pag na-hijack yung aircraft na yun, makikipag-coordinate yung airline kung ilan na lang yung fuel at the certain point in time, ilan yung crew niya na nasa loob, ilan yung pasero niya na nasa loob, and what are those citizenship na nasa loob. Okay? So, pagka may mga hijacker yan na nakapasok, usually target niya yung passport na kulay green na may agila. Okay? Yan. No? Pagka nakita yan, ano na kagad yan, sinesegregate na. Kasi siyempre, galit sila sa bansa na yun, siyempre. No? Let's say, mga secessionist yan, mga Al-Qaeda yan, or what, no? Iyaano na kagad yan. So, yun. Siyempre, kung nakalagay lang sa'yo yung kulay brown, okay, Republika ng Pilipinas, so relax ka lang, okay? Hindi ka rin masyadong pakikalaman. Unless otherwise, Republika ng Pilipinas na kulay pula. So ako meron yan. Umawa ko dati ng passport na red passport. Okay? So ibig sabihin government. Government yung may hawak ng passport. Okay? Mayroon pang isa brown eh. May brown pa rin tayo, di ba? A contracting state in which an aircraft subjected to an act of unlawful interference, no? Okay, so ibibigay niya yung registry, ibibigay niya lahat, yung fuel, and so on, no? Okay, then if there is a problem na, no? So ito yan, state whose citizens suffered fatalities or injuries. So kailan ibibigay mo yan? But of course, you will not put the name. Okay? Ilalagay mo lang kung ilan yung mga citizens, no? But you will not state the names of those to preserve them, no? Data privacy rin yan. It's constructed state whose citizens are known to be on board of the aircraft. And of course, i-inform mo na rin yung ICAO. Aircraft which is being subjected to unlawful interference shall endeavor to notify the appropriate ATS or the Air Traffic Services Unit of this fact. Any significant circumstances associate therewith and any deviation. Okay? So, yung ATS mo, Air Traffic Services, kailangan, kung from point A to point B, between A and B, na na hijack ka, so what will happen is that, if, wag na lang na hijack, no? There is an unlawful, okay? Interference, unlawful interference. Yung airline na mismo, yung mag-inquire doon sa air traffic services sa pupunta na bansa. So, very wide na lang tayo sa unlawful interference. It's either by hijacking or something na nagsasalita ka regarding bomb or there is regarding anthrax or chemicals or nanunto ka doon sa loob, siyempre, alam na ng pupunta na air traffic services na there is a problem. There is an unlawful interference on the aircraft. So pag landing niya, sila na mismo i-connect doon sa mga security personnel, no? Para pag-akit doon, siyempre, dadamputin yung mga nagrambulan doon sa loob ng aeroplano. So, yun. So, ano na lang natin, wag na natin specific kung anong type ng unlawful interference. But that is an unlawful interference. Lahat. Okay? When an aircraft subjected to an act of unlawful interference must depart from its assigned track or its assigned cruising level without being able to make radio telephony contact with ATS. The pilot in command should whenever possible. Okay? Meron yan eh. Attempt to broadcast warning on that BHF emergency. Meron siyang radyo kasi. Other than the frequency on the aircraft, meron siyang radyo. Kung minsan, meron kang cellphone, tawagan mo na agad. Tumawag ka na. Okay? Cellphone naman ngayon, okay lang. Okay? I-text mo na, no? Unless considerations aboard the aircraft dictate otherwise. Other equipment such as onboard transponder, data links, etc. should also be used when it is advantageous to do so and circumstances permit. Sometimes may direct transponder ka or emergency locator, pwede mo i-activate para hindi makikita na nasa loob, pero makikita lang na meron kang distress signal. Para lang makita na may unlawful interference sa loob ng aeroplano. Proceed in accordance with the applicable special procedures for in-flight contingencies where such procedures have been established and promulgated. Okay? So, alamin mo na yung contingencies. No? If there is a problem, siyempre kung kung nasa ibabaw kayo ng water, so alam mo na. Okay? So, at least you prepare yourself if ever na mag-ditch sa tubig yung aeroplano or what. Kasi baka pasabugin na ng unlawful interference. If no applicable regional procedures have been established, proceeds at a level which differs from the cruising levels normally used for IFR flight in the area by 300 meters or if above flight level 290. 290 flight level yan, 29,000 feet yan. No? or by 150 meter, 500 feet, if below flight level 290. Now ito, pagka lumipad ka ng intentionally, not on the prescribed cruising level, so madedetermine niya ng air traffic system na mayroong problema. Let's say lumipad ka higher or lower, kahit natututukan ka na nung interference, lawful interference, hindi niya alam yan eh. So yung flight level mo, hindi mo sinusunod. So what will happen? Magkakaroon na suspetsa sila na there is something wrong in the aircraft. Yan. So this is known to the pilots. Alam ng piloto yan. Or, you use your code 770 to provide recognition of an aircraft in an emergency. So kung minsan may text yan dito sa right side, no? Meron niyang parang ano rin eh. Ano ba tawag rin yun? Yung ICAM, instrument, no? Computer management system. Pero doon parang text, no? I-text mo kung hindi ka mapagsalita, i-text, okay? And this will be received by all air traffic system na nakaikot doon sa aeroplano. Malapit sa aeroplano. So may kita nila, may distress, okay? Code 7500 to provide recognition of an aircraft which is being subjected to unlawful interference. So emergency yan, 7700. Okay, emergency, siguro nasiraan ka o nawala yung communication mo and so on. Tapos pag unlawful interference, 7500. So kahit wala kang communication, verbally, in-encode mo to, sinend mo, so makikita nila na may nangyayaring unlawful interference sa aircraft. Service to aircraft in the event of an emergency. An aircraft known or believed to be in a state of emergency, including being subjected to unlawful interference, shall be given maximum consideration. Assistance and priority of the aircraft as may be assisted. So, assuming na pumasok ka na sa area ng airport, no? So, bibigyan ka ng clearance yan, no? Kasi identify ng aeroplano mo na may unlawful interference or meron kang emergency procedure. So, any na gagawin mo, open. Hayaan ka lang, no? Lalanding ka mag-isa ron. So, pababayaan ka. So, lahat ng movement ng aircraft, take off and landing, ano yan? I-hold nila yan para makapasok yung makalanding aircraft. Okay? When an occurrence of unlawful interference with an aircraft takes place or is suspected, ATS units shall attend promptly to request by the aircraft. No? Information pertinent to the safe conduct of the flight shall continue to be transmitted and necessary action shall be taken to expedite the conduct of all phases of the flight, especially the safe landing of the aircraft. So, ibig sabihin, kung in distress yung aircraft, hindi yan bibitawan ng air traffic controller. May nakabantay, okay, para ma-monitor kung ano yung mga request and so on and so forth. Kung minsan kasi, nade-determine yan eh. Kunyari, isasabihin mo rin kung ilang oras na lumilipad yung aeroplano. Let's say, lumilipad siya ng 72 hours na or more. So, siyempre, malalaman niya ng lugar na lalandingan ng aircraft. So, may estimate yan ng mga authority kung kakayanin i-assault yung aeroplano. Madali lang naman yan. Marami yung kayang pasukan na papasok sa cabin. Okay? Sa ilalim na landing gear, meron dito sa side, yung mga kayang buksan agad yan para makapasok yung mga assaultee. So, siyempre, makikita kasi nila by psychology, di ba? Pagka medyo puyat na yan, mabagal ni reflexes ng mga sasabihin na, paano yun, sir, kung natulog? Usually, kung ikaw yung unlawful interference doon, hindi ka matutulog, siyempre. O pag-isip mo, nakatali ka na, di ba? So, yan. So, madedetermine yan. Especially kung lalanding ka sa Israel, so tagilid ka, di ba? Posibleng i-assault ka rin yan. Pasukin yung aeroplano mo. Okay? So pasok tayo ngayon sa IATA, no? So, International Air Transport Association. So, this is a trade association representing a small portion of the world's airlines. Yung ito ay mga sumasali rin ito malalaking airline. No? It supports airline activity and helps formulate industry policy and standard. Headquarters naman niya nasa Canada rin, Montreal. Okay? Yung offices niya nasa Geneva, Switzerland. So, maganda magtrabaho sa IATA, di ba? IATA natin kung minsan yung mga ticket sales ng araw, di ba? Yung mga puput ka ng reservation, they are, of course, ano yan, authorized yan ng IATA. So, ibig sabihin, nag-training sila riyan. Okay. IATA was formed in April 1945 in Cuba. No? It is the successor to the International Air Traffic Association, which was formed in 1919. So, ang aga. So, parang wala pang ICAO, meron na. Hague, Netherlands. No? At its founding, IATA consisted of 57 airlines from 31 countries. Much of IATA's early work was technical and it provided input to the newly created ICAO, which was reflected in the annexes of the Chicago Convention, the international treaty that still governs the conduct of international air transport today. Okay? So, IATA, iyan lang yung Association of Airlines. Okay? But of course, yung ICAO, iyan yung pinakamalupit. Iyan yung bumaliktad nga eh. IATA dati, pero nahuli yung ICAO, pero yung ICAO ngayon yung nasa ibabaw niya. Okay. So what are the priorities? Safety, security, simplifying the business, environment, service, publication standard. Makita nyo, business. Siyempre, International Air Transport Association. So business yan. Okay? Business. Okay. So, IATA is part of the GASAG, Global Aviation Security Action Group, composed of worldwide aviation industry organizations, including the Airbus and the Association of Asia-Pacific Airlines, working together to coordinate the aviation industry's inputs to achieve an effective worldwide security system. So, what are the principal concept of layered security? Patong-patong. Okay, layered. Okay, so yung mild security, pabigat ng pabigat hanggang sa pinakamabigat na security, sila rin nag-i-implement. So, airport security, airline security, and so on. So, ito, more on airline security. Risk management, harmonization of security measures. So, siyempre, meron niya tinatawag na Alliance of Airlines, no? So, siyempre, nakasynchronize yung security program nila. Kumisan halos pare-parehas, nagkakopyahan na rin, no? So, yun. Harmonization of security measures. So, for that discussion, you can see what are the role of the International Civil Aviation Organization and we have International Air Transport Association. Okay? So, makikita nyo, that is the mother unit, no, ng civil aviation, yung International Civil Aviation Organization. Okay? Yung IATA is an alliance or an organization or an association of different airlines. Okay? So, yan. So, malalaki yan. Then, are you still there? Hello, class?
Yes po.
Yan.
Yes
Okay.
po.
So, gano'n, no? So, next slide, of course, we will go now with the Code of Federal Regulation. Okay, wait lang. Okay. We have now the Code of Federal Regulations, no? So, sa Code of Federal Regulation, ito to, Federal Aviation Administration. Actually, yung batas natin rito ng Civil Aviation Organization natin, Civil Aviation Authority natin, Civil Aviation Authority, is based on the Federal Aviation Administration or what they call the regulations. Okay? Kinopya lang natin halos yung iba. Kaya medyo naka-reference tayo sa FAA. Okay? So ano tong FAA na to? Ngayon pala, didiscuss natin pati mamaya yung EASA. Dapat mabilis to. Piraso po. Medyo may narami. So we have what we call CFR or Code of Federal Regulations. Sa Code of Federal Regulations, 50 yan, 50 titles yan that represent broad areas subjected to federal regulation. This is the federal government of the United States. Okay? 50 yung titles niya. No? Hanapin natin kung ano yung abbreviation dito. Okay. CFR is meron niyang annual edition is the codification of general and permanent rules published by the Office of the Federal Register, no? Or the National Archive. And of course, nagre-release sila ng Code of Federal Regulation in electronics. Okay? So, ito ngayon, downloadable to if you want to know more. So, all you have to do is to download. Okay. So, dito sa atin, we have now Federal Register. We have now the CFR is structured in 50 subject titles, no? So ito, ibig sabihin, for example, 42 CFR 260.11 A1 would be read as Title 42, Part 60. Part 260, Section 11, Paragraph A1. Ano yan? So, yung mga CFR na yan, yung titles 1 to 16, kasi titles yan hanggang 50. So, 1 to 16, in-update yan January 1, 17 to 27, April 1, 28 to 41, July 1, and 42 to 50, October 1. Okay, ito yung sa US So, ito yan. Meron yung tinatawag na electronic CFR also. Okay? So, ano yung Code of Federal Regulation? Ito yan. So, the Code of Federal is divided into 50 titles. So, ito yan. Title 1, Title 2, Title 3, President, Accounts, Administrative Personnel, Domestic Security, Agriculture, Aliens, Nationality. Ito, pag magmamigrate ka, ito yan. Nariyan ka sa Title 8. Energy, Federal Elections, Bank and Banking Business. Ito tayo. Title 14, Aeronautics and Space, also known as the Federal Aviation Regulation. Sa US kasi, kasama na yung space. Sa atin, wala. Yung sa Federal Aviation Regulations, FAA, kasama yung space. Sa atin, ano lang tayo, Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines. Civil Aviation. So, wala pang space, no? Dapat Civil Aviation and Space Authority. Wala. So, dito lang tayo sa aeronautics. So, meron siyang commerce and foreign trade, commercial practices, custom duties, food and drug, foreign relations, highways, mine resources, labor, money and finance, education, reserve, Panama Canal yan, parks, forest, okay? Shipping, telecommunication, Federal Acquisition Regulation. Ito parang FAR rin, no? Federal Acquisition Regulation System, Transportation, Wildlife, and Fisheries. So, kaya nga sabi nila, masarap tumira sa US kasi sa batas nila, itemized. Yan, no? Yan. Hindi lang hindi natin ginaya yan. Sa kanila, yung mga batas nila, ang ganda. Okay? So, we have now history, Federal Register Act. No? So, we have Federal Register amended in 1939 to provide a codification of all regulation every 5 years. The first CFR was published in 1983, no? Yan. So, luma-luma, di ba? Then, of course, during that time, ginawa nila yan na So, ito, in-highlights ko na lang kasi malapit na yung time. So, ito, ginawa nila yung modernization, i-copy na yung sinesend nila. Siyempre, yung American Association of Law Libraries, nag-oppose sila roon sa bill na yun. Okay? Kasi sabi nila, made-deprive raw yung mga citizen na mag-access sa electronic copy. Noon yun. Kasi nga, nagka-pandemic lahat electronic copy na, di ba? So, yun. Pina-open nila yan. So, sabi nila, hindi dapat may tuloy yun, yung electronic copy kasi mataas yung percentage na yung mga citizens hindi sila magka-access doon. Kasi ito, American Association of Law Libraries Siyempre, libraries hard copy yan. So, yun. So, ipinasok nila and nagkaroon ng botohan and the House voted on July 14, 2014 to pass the bill. 386-0. Ibig sabihin, pati nagreklamo, bumoto, di ba? Bumoto. So, kailangan electronic na. Yan. Parang sa Pinoy nga, ganito rin, di ba? Puro reklamo, di ba? So, Federal Aviation Regulations are rules prescribed by the FAA governing all aviation activities in the US. No? So, dito tayo sa Part 14, Code of Federal Regulation. Okay, so yan, hot air, ballooning, lighter than air. Okay, modular rocket, launch vehicle, aircraft operations. But of course, we have what we call the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, di ba? Yun yung hardcore ng space program. Okay? FAR ngayon, parang nag-12 siya, doon lang sa civil aviation. Tapos, ibinibigay niya na yung space area sa NASA. Kasi NASA is also a agency of the government, federal government. So, ito na yung tawag ngayon, 14 CFR Part 23. Ito sa atin, lalagyan natin 14 CFR Part 23. Yung Part 23, makita niyo yan. Yan. Kasi nagkaroon rin ng problema yung sa iba. Okay? Na yung CFR kanila, Code of Federal Regulations. Diba? Meron yung isa kanina. Yung Part 141. So dito ngayon sa organization, kinukuha niya pati 40 CFR Part 141 contains rules for pilot training schools. No? So aviation maintenance technician yan and so on. So that is your FARs. So, ito tayo. Sabi ko kanina, Part 23, nabanggit ko, yung 40 CFR Part 23, dito kami sa design. So, may design yata kayo. Ito ba ginagamit nyo sa design? Airworthiness, standard, normal utility, and acrobatic commuter airplanes. Dapat yung design natin, hindi ito. Dapat space, kasi aerospace eh. Kasi yung friend ko na graduate ng aerospace engineering sa Northrop University sa US. Hindi naman nag-design sila ng airplane. Sa baba, yung pinaka lower subjects nila. Pero yung pinaka-design talaga nila are space vehicle. Yung dinesign nila sa akin, sabi niya sa akin, at saka naggagawin sila ng nag-prototype sila. Yung moon buggy. Okay? So, siyempre, hindi yan lalagyan mo ng makina na piston, di ba? Walang hangin eh. So, most probably solar at saka battery yung gagamitin. Battery and solar na rin. So, yun. Doon sila. Kasi yung airplane design nila is basic. Okay? Sa aero kasi, major yan. So, since aerospace, dapat basic yun. Then, yung pinaka-design nyo is more on space vehicle. Or, pwede ka mag-design ng rocket. Rocket dapat. Okay? So, katulad kanina, sabi ko, 14 CFR Part 23, ito yan. Okay? Kasi, aircraft design. Aircraft design, air, atmosphere yan. May air kasi. Pero pagka space vehicle, siyempre walang air yan, di ba? So, ito, meron pang, kaya sabi ko, 21, 23, 25, 27, 29, yan. Puro odd number. Odd number. Airworthiness standard, transport category, normal category, rotorcraft, transport category. Yan, dami yan. 29, 33, yan. So, those are the parts, no? Na, kunyari, na-assign ka sa standard and transport category rotorcraft. So, part 29 yung bubuksan natin yan. Para makita natin kung ano yung regulation. Tanong, sir, meron bang ganyan dito sa, sa Pilipinas? Darating tayo yan pagka pinag-usapan natin yung CAAP. Pero sa ngayon, wala tayong ganyan kabigat na Kasi itong more on design to, sa CAAP kasi walang design. Puro maintenance and operation. Yun, sasabihin ko na sa inyo, maintenance and operation, walang design. Kaya pag nagdi-design, pag nagturo ako ng design, ito ang reference ko. FAR, Federal Aviation Regulation. Part 21, 23, 25, 27, 29, yeah, 33, 35, 39, yeah, 43, yeah. Puruan, di ba? Then, Part 61 niya is Certificate of Pilot Instructor. 65, Airmen, and so on. So, yan. So, nakalagay lahat, di ba? Those are the parts, no? Ang dami yan. Those are the parts. Regulation of interest. So, it is divided into 10 of thousands of separate sections. Okay? So, alam niya kung gaano kalapad yung regulations ng FAR. Part 23, sinabi ko ito, maximum take-off weight. Okay? of an airplane in the normal utility and acrobatic category not exceed 12,500 pounds. While in commuter, 19,000 pounds. Okay? May seating capacity pa yan kung ilang capacity yan, yung 19,000 pounds. Kung ilang capacity yan. So, depende yan sa weight estimates, no? So, these are the reading only. So, we have now the stalling speed requirements for normal category, 170 pounds yung 170 pounds yung passenger and pilot, 190 pounds per airplanes in acrobatic and utility category. So 190 pounds kasi, bakit? Acrobatic may parachute na dala yan. And utility categories, 190 pounds, meron niyang baggage, no? Hand carry baggage, I mean. So, sa CAR part, we have, kasi yung FAA or FAR, dati yan, Civil Air Regulation or US Civil Air Authority. Naglalabas sila CAR. Yung sa CAR, lumabas na yan, yung pinakahuli nila na sinertify ng CAR in 1965, yung Cessna 150 at saka Piper Cherokee o PA-28 yan. Okay, under yan ng CAR Part 3 or Civil Air Regulation Part 3. Pero after nito yung Cherokee na to, 1965, naging FAA na siya or certified na siya under na FAR Part 23. So ano yan? So sa simula na yan, nung nilagay yung FAR Part 23, una niya certify Cessna 177, Cirrus SR-20 and Piper PA-34. Ito sa CAR Part 3, PA-28 ito 34 na yun, layo, di ba? Okay, Part 25, so just reading, okay, sa design na yan. Part 27, pinakita ko lang sa inyo para may mababasa naman kayo. Yan. Temporary flight restriction, yan. So, ibibigay ko to kay, isesend ko to kay Berlo, no? Bibigay kay Berlo yan. Okay. Private commuter. So, reading materials. Sabi ko kasi niya, puro reading materials yan to eh. Okay, so that's it, no? So, mamaya forward ko to. Then, punta na tayo sa EASA kasi ilang minuto na lang. Magbabasa na. So, ito tayo sa EASA. So, EASA is the European Aviation Safety Agency, no? So, ito yan. European Union yan eh. Alam mo naman yung European Union, di ba? So, European Union, dati kasama yung British, nag-exit na sila, hindi na sila sumali. So, based in Cologne, Germany, created yan noong 2003, and it reached full functional in 2008. Dati kasing EASA, tawag rin yung JAA, Joint Aviation Authorities. No? So after creating the European Union, nagtayo sila Joint Aviation Authority, pero wala siyang ipin. No? The JAA is under the European Free Trade Association. So lahat ng regulation na nilalabas na JAA is what you call JAR, Joint Aviation Regulation. Okay. Then of course, nagkaroon nga ng legislation, okay, para mabago yung JAA kasi wala siyang ngipin. Okay? So, pinalitan niya ng EASA. So, kasama sa EASA yung design, manufacture, and maintenance of aeronautical parts. Now, if you will ask kung ano yung halos hawak-hawak ng FAA, hawak niya Boeing airplane. Kasi US siya. Yung EASA, hawak-hawak ng EASA ngayon is Airbus. Tanong, sir, pagka lumipat ba yung Airbus sa USA, bibigyan ng lisensya ng ise-certify ng FAA? Yes. Pagka lumipat siya roon, ise-certify siya ng FAA. So, ibig sabihin, certified siya na lumipat sa US. Pag yung Boeing naman lumipat sa Europe, ise-certify based siya ng EASA. And that is what you call reciprocity. Okay? So, kayo na magtumingin kung ano magandang eroplano. Okay, Airbus o Boeing. Sa Boeing, medyo may problema, 737 MAX, di ba? Sa EASA, meron tayong Airbus, yung nasunog, 150, yung Airbus 150, di ba? 350 pala, sorry. So, may kita nyo, siya, ang tagal na sunog, di ba? I mean, ang tagal na ubos kasi yung composite na ginamit. Alive lahat, di ba? Takatakas. So, ito yan. JAA was in Hoofddorp, North Holland. No? So, ang ganda mong trabaho rito. Fresco, di ba? So, that is, binago siya kasi nagkaroon siya ng European Commission, Council of European Union, and Europe Parliament. Okay. Okay. So, yan. So, multitasking. Sorry. So, jurisdiction, ito yan. So, nag-ano siya ng certificates and of course, yung counterparts niya around the world such as US Federal Aviation Administration. Yan. Counterpart niya yan. So, EASA also sets policies for Aeronautical Repair Station 145. Meron siya ganyan, yung pinakita ko kanina sa FAA, meron siya mga 145, 147, iba nga rin yung title. Iba nga lang yung number. Okay? Member states, okay? So, ito yan. We have now, may member of states yung EASA which is in license sa Norway, Switzerland, and Iceland. So, puro Europe yan, Okay. Certifying staff niya, EASA mismo sa Cologne. Okay? Cold Triangle in Cologne. In Europe, aircraft maintenance certifying personnel have to comply with Part 66, certifying staff of EASA. Now, kapag ikaw, maintenance certificate personnel ka ng EASA, Part 66 ka. Kapag sa Philippines, Part 2. Part 2. Okay? Part 66 was based on the older JAR, Joint Aviation Regulation yan, followed by ATA 104 system. Okay. 3 levels of certification, may tinatawag na category, line maintenance. Yan, dyan lang lumabas. Kaya kung pupunta ka sa Lufthansa, sa airline, ito yung mga rango nila, basic. Okay, license plus training, level depends on task. Ito, mga level lang yan. Pero, kung minsan, category A ka, pero meron kang rating sa Airbus, 320, 321, 330, 340, and so on. So, ibig sabihin, pagka wala kang rating, hindi ka pwede magtrabaho kahit category A ka. Hindi ka pwede magtrabaho sa specific aircraft. Okay? Kasi may kukunin ka rin rating. So, ang hirap, di ba? So, dito sa Lansala, kasi siyempre, ina-assure nila na tama yung gagawin mo throughout. Category B1, mechanical, and or B2, avionics. So, these are the line maintenance being certified by the EASA. Okay, category C and so on. So, yan. This is for reading. So, ibabato ko na lang sa inyo. For reading na lang yan. Maintenance Organization Approval. So, katulad niya, meron tayong tinatawag na Maintenance Organization Exposition. Yan ang tawag sa kanila. Sa atin ngayon, Maintenance Organization Manual. Sa Philippines, Maintenance Organization Manual, yan yung tatawag natin na Training Procedure, Safety Management, and Quality Manual. Kaya sa kanila, tawag nila rito, Maintenance Organization Exposition. So ito ngayon, ito ang pipresent mo, pinapresent nila sa kanila para ma-inspect yung aircraft, okay, or yung airline. Okay? Exposition, sa ating ginawa, manual. Okay? Kasi kung ano nakasulat rito, sa isinabit mo, yun doon ka i-check. So, hindi ka pwedeng maglagay na sobra-sobra na wala ka naman. Okay? So, ibibigay mo lang yung tama lang. Kasi puro ka deficiency, sigurado. Okay? So, hindi ka pwedeng mangopya ng manual. Kung nyari, malit ka lang na airline, mangungopya ka sa ang laki-laki. So, posible kulang ka. Yung malaki naman, hindi pwedeng mangopya sa maliit kasi posible marami ka rin deficiency. Okay? Thirdly, the organization must have compliance metrics to show how they meet the requirements of Part 4.5. Ito yung tinatawag natin na RCC. Yung yung matrix na ito, tinatawag yan sa CAAP. Kasi sa CAAP tayo magko-concentrate RCC or what you know as your regulation compliance checklist. Okay? Sa kanila, mayroon rin metrics ha. So ito, reading materials natin para malaman nyo na yung sa atin, may pinagbastehan. Okay? Continuing airworthiness. Okay, EASA Part M. Wala tayo nito. Sa EASA, meron siyang Continuing Airworthiness Management Organization. Sa FAR, wala siya nito. Pero ginagawa to ng mga engineer dito sa Pilipinas. yung Continuing Airworthiness Management Organization. Pag ikaw nagawa ka ng specific repair sa aircraft, hingi ka pa ng clearance sa EASA para i-conduct mo yung repair. Okay? Kung ikaw naman ginawa mo yung repair, let's say yung kasama natin riyan, nag-repair sila, China Airlines, nung ginawa nila yung repair, pinirma niya pero ayaw pumayag i-repair ng China kasi wala tayong kamo. Pero trabaho na natin yan. Hindi nga lang tinawag na kamo. Para maintenance lang. So, pumunta pa yung Chinese, okay, na engineer. Pagpunta ng Chinese, hanggang doon lang sa opisina, pinirmahan. Hindi naman pinuntahan yung aeroplano, tinignan yung repair. Okay? Hindi, namasyal na, sabi sa akin. Namasyal na nga after. So, yun. Masyal na. Okay? Then, we have training organization requirements. So, kung ikaw, nagpapatraining ka ng mga crew, kailangan license ka. Okay, nagpapatraining ka, no? As an aircraft mechanics, no? Kailangan license ka ng Part 66 sa kanila. Yung Part 66 mo, yung tao. Yung Part 147 mo, dapat yung airline. Dapat yung airline certified 147 ng EASA. Tapos, yung tao niya dapat Part 66. So, ano ibig sabihin nito? Pagka Part 66 ka, lahat ng pirma mo is approved by the European Aviation Safety Agency. Okay? So, hindi ka pwede magpa-training na wala kang Part 66. So, ang lupit, di ba? So, lahat ng instructor natin, technical instructor natin sa airline, pagka Airbus, yung aeroplano, lahat sila Part 66. At saka yung airline is Part 147. So, parang ang hirap magtayo ng airline, di ba? Design organization. Kunyari, magdi-design ka ng aeroplano sa Europe, from drawing, kailangan nakikita na ng EASA yan. Okay? And once na yung design mo na-approve, okay, there is what you call the design organization approval, your design will be given another approval, which is your production organization approval. So the production organization approval will now initiate the development of your aircraft. Gagawin na yan. Okay? So bantay na bantay. Sa FAA ba, meron ito? Wala. Sa European, meron. So, since conceptualization pa lang ng design, nakatutok na yung EASA. Okay? So, matindi, di ba? So, kaya tayo, kunyari, magdi-design ka ng aeroplano, pag iyan, sinip-certify mo sa FAA, usually, disapprove. Okay? Katulad yung Cebu PAC. Kasi, ano rin, business eh. Sa Cebu PAC, lilipad sila ngayon, Manila to US direct. So, lahat ng fleet nila are Airbus. So, inaprubahan ng FAA yung travel nila sa yung route nila, yung route, no? Yung route nila papunta US. Pero kailangan bumili ng Boeing aircraft yun, malupit, di ba? Siyempre, bakit ka lilipad dito? Wala ka namang puro Airbus yung aeroplano mo. Hindi pa pwede bumili ka ng Boeing. So, ngayon, bibili sila. So, instead na, similarity of fleet, no? Pare-parehong Airbus para hindi mahirap i-maintain, maghahalo na sila ngayon just to get the Boeing. But of course, business yan. Siyempre, nakikita ni Cebu PAC na medyo malaki revenue pag travel doon. Okay? So, okay lang. Kahit tumaas yung maintenance cost natin, basta malaking kita, okay lang. Ito kaya magdi-design ka. Kunyari, category A di-design mo, then upon checking, lumabas category B. So, category B ka. Okay. Production organization. So, ito nga, magpo-produce ka ng aircraft. Ito yan, kailangan. And of course, we have what you call supplemental type certificate. I-discuss natin yan sa type certificate. Sa home na lang natin, sa ka-up na lang. Safety analysis of research. Ganyan. Pasahin nyo na lang, mamay, session ko sa inyo. And European Strategic Safety Initiative. From point to point, i-discuss natin to once ka-up na pinag-usapan. Annual Safety Review, Certification, and of course, di-discuss niya rin dito yung FAA, di-discuss niya rin yung ICAO, and of course, these are the major national aviation authority. Sorry to say, wala tayong ka-up rito. Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines. Supposedly na yan, di ba? Yung CASA, meron tayo. Yan, Civil Aviation Safety Authority of Australia. Okay, and the rest, Civil Aviation Authority UK, CAA New Zealand, CAA Pakistan, CAA China, CAA Hong Kong, CAA Philippines, wala. Wala ang CAA Philippines. Yan. Kaya CAA Singapore. And so on. Okay, so that's it for today. Then of course, next week, medyo kasi na-late na tayo. Na-late na tayo. Stop presenting na tayo. Okay? Oh. Okay, so present ba tayo lahat? So I will check So I will send this to Berlo. Okay. So let me check the attendance. Ang dami Ano yata kayo ito? 50 plus eh. Pero okay lang, online naman. Dapat ginawa man ng Triunis to, pero dapat CIR lang. Hindi bale, pagka nakuha ko yung iba, pag-usapan pa nga natin dito yung Philippine Space Agency, dapat kasama rito sa discussion. So next meeting maaga tayo para marami tayong makover. Wala ba kayong klase after this?
Wala po, sir.
Kanina, wala rin.
Wala po.
Pala. So yun kasi, this schedule is Wednesday actually. So, sabi ko, ilipat nyo na lang ng ilipat nyo ng Monday. Okay? Kasi pag Monday kasi, mamaya alis ako. Okay? At saka, hindi ako pwedeng, kailangan gabi ako makauwi kasi coding. Coding. Okay, hanggang 1 to sawa. Okay, so that's it for today. Okay. Next meeting will be early Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you po, sir.
Thank you po, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay,
Thank you
bye.
po.
Thank you po, sir.
Salamat.